Welcome back, Troglodytes, to another episode of Trogly's Guitars. Today we have a 2006 Gibson Les Paul Custom in a beautiful aged white finish. Now, obviously, all these white guitars from Gibson start off a nice, perfect alpine white, and then they kind of age over time. This is a pretty good playing guitar. For my personal standpoint, I think the action's a little high. You could lower it down, but besides that, this is a great player. It's got a really chunky 50s styled neck on it, which you're used to seeing 60s styled on most customs, so this one is definitely a little bit different from the bunch with a little bit, chunkier of a neck to it. I would call it a 50s style. Overall, it's in good shape. You've got some finished discoloration in this area where your arm would rest from sweating, and this was a heavy player's guitar. As you're going to see, the gold hardware is pretty tarnished because of sweating. When I took this pick guard off, man, that was a disgusting mess under there, but I cleaned it up, so it's a nice clean guitar now. So let's take a look at its condition. We've got the headstock here. You've got your typical playing wear scratches from string changes and whatnot, but nothing too bad. Typical tooling marks around the Gibson custom logo and Gibson itself. That's how you tell the guitar is authentic. But other than that, nothing too bad on the headstock. No breaks, cracks, or repairs. Ebony fretboard still. It's a 2006. I believe it's like 2011, 2012. They did away with ebony. Frets show very light wear. Nothing too bad. You've got some minor, not quite divoting, just kind of flattening of the areas where it's been used most. But there's no cracks in the ebony fretboard or anything like that. And as I said before, it's a very nice playing guitar. I like it. The action's just a little high that I need to adjust after this video, so it should be good for you once you get it in your house. Typical light dings. It looks like there's some impressions in this area, as you can see there, from like somebody's wrist bracelet or something. But overall, not too bad. You can see where the two-piece top joined. If you get it in the light just right, there is kind of that light line that you can sometimes see. Not a crack or anything like that. And you got some light swirling marks here. But overall, just some gold tarnishing to the pickup covers and definitely on the bridge and tailpiece. But the guitar is in good shape. It's a player's guitar. Once again, you kind of got that finished discoloration here. Eventually, this guitar will turn that color everywhere. You also have that on the back of the neck here. The finish is a little bit darker than everywhere else because of it's been played and it's been sweated on. This was definitely a gigging musician's guitar. Alright, your serial number is Custom Shop CS6140 and then a 5. You've got your Grover tuners, which also have tarnishing to them. No breaks, cracks, or repairs to speak of. You got some light wear and tear, but nothing too bad. Again, 50s styled neck. It's pretty chunky. And you've got the darker finish there. And you can see where the finish has kind of been worn away here from being played lead all the time. You can also see it there in the clear coat. You'll see that clearer in the blacklight demo. The back of the guitar, though, surprisingly for a gigged guitar, is not destroyed by buckle rash. You've got some very light indentations kind of in this area, as you'll kind of see as I move the light around. But overall, not too bad for such a heavily gigged guitar. We will take a look at the sides. You've got Dunlop strap locks on here, so that is a non-original part. And you've got some very light finish wear to the clear coat from being played on the edges. You can see where it's whiter. You also kind of got some dings down here. But overall, nothing too bad on the guitar. Honestly, I think these two dings in the clear coat right here are the worst condition thing on the guitar. Got some discoloration here as well. If you look closely, you can see some very minor finish check marks around here. What that actually is believe it or not, the binding actually goes that deep to where that line is. And over time, the finish will kind of, seep into where they were bound together. And that's what kind of creates that line. You'll see that on the necks of all white customs as well. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean here with this 1981 Gibson Les Paul Custom. This one has had the finish played off the neck, and you can see where that line is up here on the guitar. You can see how there's a line forming right under that binding, but then as you see the exposed binding, you can see it actually is that little bit higher up there. So that is what causes that line. They're not separations, they're just kind of where the finish goes in. Take a quick look under black light. The headstock is good. It is glowing a little bit. Being a more modern guitar, you don't see as much glowing on these as compared to, one of these guys from the 80s. Finish is good on the front as well. Nothing to really report. Back of the headstock is also good. No breaks, cracks, or repairs. And here you can kind of see what I was talking about, that finish wear in that area. That's where the clear coat has been rubbed off by the player's hand. You can also see it at the corner of the binding, a little more clear. So the back of the guitar is also good. Take a look at the sides here. Nothing bad. And once again, everything's good. It passes the blacklight test. This is kind of a chunky one at 10 pounds, 6.6 ounces. Definitely feels very powerful to wield, but it is a little heavier than most customs you'll find, but nothing too out of the ordinary if you're used to a Norlin era guitar. This guitar does come with its original Gibson custom shop case. It's in good shape. You've got some light wear and tear to the outer Tolex, but nothing too bad. Got 2, 3, 4, and a back latch. All 5 of them work. Handle is still secure. And it has a beautiful burgundy interior. I really like these custom shop cases. They're well padded and they fit your guitar very well. So definitely a good case to gig with or for storage. And you do have the counterpart to your Dunlop strap lock system in the case, so you can put that on your strap and you can actually use them. The original case key is also included. Today we will be demoing through a Marshall JMP 1C. You want to be the next owner of this beautiful white Gibson Les Paul Custom, feel free to contact me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Troglys, or check out the eBay and Reverb listings. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time, Troglodytes. Bye.